Hey, we don't say f at the table, you little asshole.
Where the beats hit hard, all around got clout. Cigar smoke in the air, windows rolling down. We the kings of the streets, taking over the town. Licking windows, they ain't got a clue. We the window lickers, making moves. Dirty style rap, that's how we ride. Spit fire with pride, we can't be denied. In the dirty south, we hold it down. Window lickers in every town. We bring the heat, we bring the sound. Dirty style rap, that's how we get down.
What is up, household? How are you doing? It's a Tuesday. You know what that means. It's the Monday Night Raw review show with me and Kay. Oh, he's not here right now. Kevin is on a personal day where Kevin gets to go and do Kevin shit. So that's exactly what we're doing. So Kevin's off doing his own, but don't worry, fans. Don't cry, window lickers. I pulled out of my pocket and the chat's already going for him. We got the actual IYH Rookie of the Year, young boy Bryce York. What is up, my friend? How are you doing? How was your weekend?
Man, weekend was magic. Back to the regular schedule a little bit, but great episode of Monday Night Raw last night. Happy to share my thoughts with you, voice, and kind of recap the weekend a little bit later.
Beautiful. Yes. I mean, listen to that. He's already setting up things, man. The kid, he's knocking it out. That's why he's the rookie of the year. So, but yeah, it was a good Raw. I mean, it's set up for WrestleMania. We were talking about it before we went on air. This is exactly what we want from this WrestleMania, this moment leading up to WrestleMania. Monday Night Raw, action packed, so many good matches, so many good storylines pushed. And we got an answer to one of the questions of a multi-man match. So we know that's happening. Looking forward to that. Bryce, let's get into it. Let's kick into Raw. And, Monday Night Raw kind of kicked it off a little aggressive this week. We had the champ. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Look.
When I throw this guy through a window, let me just tell you.
Janetti the shit out of this guy. Look at this. We got the young one himself, the condo of the household, the Sky Rise. Well, he's soon to be this. I mean, he is taller than everybody in the family. So
He's going to be in the basement when I'm done with him because he's come in the chat. Everybody, he's telling me I'm a mark, which honestly, we're all marks a little bit. Let's be real. So,
I'm a mark.
We're all a little bit of marks, so I just don't want to hear it from this young blood. He's green. He's really green,
dude. And Elijah Wan, you coming in, Zay, you coming in with your with your baby picture, man. What are you doing? You calling Bryce a mark? What's going on? Update that picture, man. What are we doing? What are we doing with ourselves? We absolutely love Zay. Zay's one of the youngest members of IYH and one of the most rascalness of us. There were so many times this weekend I thought his mom was gonna just slap the shit out of him for the shit coming out of your boy's mouth.
That guy can get under anybody's skin, whether it's one of us or he was going after a few wrestlers.
Dude, he went after Lord Crew. Like, I looked at that dude and was like, the only thing I would say to him is yes or no, sir. Because that dude looked murderous. Even Marty Bell, he was busting her chops. And it's like, what the hell? But hey, the kid moves better than a lot of people at these things, and he is in and out of circles that most people don't get the privilege to be in. So, Zay, keep doing what you do, my friend, because you're nailing it, homie.
He
I
did
love this.
incredible. I mean, he had a chance to talk to Max Caster for a moment.
Yeah.
He was with me. We got a chance to get a shout out from a couple wrestlers, Isla Dawn. And he was just moving. I mean, he was ready to kind of get in front of the camera and talk to whoever. So, I mean, big shouts to that kid. I mean, he's young, but, he doesn't mind, the spotlight. And that's impressive.
Yeah. And that's a big key too. We've seen it with a lot of people. Some people were coming up to our tables that were doing exactly what we were doing, and they were asking us, and we're like, dude, this is our first time. We just go up and talk. Like, that's legit all we do. And you either make that connection or you don't. You made a connection with Sammy Guevara. We will talk about that later. That was one of my highlights of the weekend. That if people could have seen it from my point of view, it was fucking magical. It was a cool time. But let's get into Raw first. We had Cody coming out and doing Cody things, but Stephanie was out. Interesting choice, or do you think it fit the story?
I feel like it's one of those things that maybe it does fit the story just because we're on that road to WrestleMania. This is that old time, feel like they're that mid 2000s, early 2010s duo. Plenty of connection with Stephanie regardless. Referenced in the promo battle also, I mean, I don't know if we want to call it completely a battle, but the vile things Randy had kind of done to both of their families, including Stephanie. But I don't know if Cody remembers he was right there with Randy. But I think it's important because somebody has to really set. I mean, Cody's character needs the edge that it's going to be necessary to win this match at Mania, and somebody kind of has to set that in motion. Because for some reason, all of his opponents trying to murder him or do vile things to him isn't enough. But maybe that slap from Stephanie, will do the trick and kind of get Cody, rod up and ready to fight the Viper, fight the voices. Maybe he gets his own voices. And
I mean, those are all great points because as I see it, Stephanie's back to where Triple H abducted her. The fans are behind her and everything like that. So for her to come out and make a statement slapping Cody like that, how many more cheeks does Cody have? I mean, he's turned every cheek he possibly could turn. And at some point, it's all going to boil over. Personally, I'm waiting for heel Cody. I like his heel work throughout the years that he's done. I think he's excellent at it. He comes from the lineage of wrestlers who had that ability to go from heel to face and things like that, and then just be loved by everybody. But yeah, it's an interesting where they're going with it. And I love how you pointed out Cody was right there with what Randy was doing to everybody. It's not like he was like, "Oh, what? Well, I just came into this group."
Yeah, he became a victim at a certain point, but like he was a part of it. Like he had his hands in a lot of that.
Yeah.
Now I would be interested to see kind of where this leads at WrestleMania, because in my head, and like this kind of bringing the chaos in here, but people are going to cheer Randy regardless of what he does. And I started to have a thought of like, man, Cody, some guys are going to have to change their character if they think they're going to win against their WrestleMania opponent. And I think Cody's one of them. I think Cody, and maybe it's just a wild callback, but like, I mean, Cody's soul, like how does Cody win? Does he have that moment from, was that Mania 17, like with Stone Cold and The Rock, and then you have like Cody's got to go corporate in order to fully retain and beat Randy, even though Randy seems like he's the heel because he's going to do all these vile things. Everyone's going to cheer him anyways, and then maybe Cody has to do the heel thing of, hey, I'm going to join forces with The Rock. I'm going to go through with maybe that story that we keep trying to forget, but now we can pick it back up, and now we have something to kind of change the characters. So,
hey, dude, I love where your mind's at, Bryce. This is again Rookie of the Year. Charles Stone, what's up to you? Thank you for stopping in at the house, the In Your House table. It was great to see you and finally meet you. So glad you stopped into the chat. We got Zay saying something. Here we go.
Said, could Stephanie possibly be the voice on the phone? Yeah, I mean that's another thing is where they were kind of going with that. There's a moment where in my head, is the voice on the phone just the voices in his head? I thought when they were initially doing that weird potato phone call that he was meeting, the voices that next week or whatever, and I thought, they were going to North Carolina or something like that. It's just a call back in my head, but I thought that was going to lead to maybe Flair or something that, linked Cody and him together anyway. So they both kind of seemingly have something in their pockets in my head to take either one past that limit. What's in Randy's pocket? Is it just the voices, or I don't know.
I mean, these are great valid points, and I love where the whole household in your mind's at with it, because these are some valid questions. Who's the voice? What's the voice? What is this? Where does Cody land after this? Again, there's only so many times he can play the good guy until it's like, dude, you gotta fucking do something.
And half of it's like, you just need to defend yourself.
Yeah, just defend yourself, homie. That's it. No one's going to give you any shit.
We're not judging you for using the chair when they've been beating you with it for week after week.
Fucking hit them with it. That's what your daddy would have done. That's what you should do.
But he's not his father. And strangely enough, referenced, she's not her father, which I don't know if she wants to be her father. That's a whole other conversation.
No. No, let's hope not, because that could be wild. We'll be in nursing homes and then you hear about the Stephanie McMahon trial. It's like, what? Yeah, no way.
I was wondering where they were going there.
Yeah, I'm there, but what I like about all of this is it's keeping it interesting, and I think that's the main point for this Mania, especially since next year is not going to be the year that WWE is going to hear from the fans here. I can only assume it's going to be just sewers of just people and hate. That's all that I can see from that. So, Bryce, let's jump into a subject that you want to kick off with. So, why don't you go ahead and let the fans know what you're wanting to talk about this week?
Man, I mean, kind of conveniently following that segment in the show and kind of going to follow that segment in this show. We kind of came back to IShowSpeed. His involvement as a, celebrity guest kind of extending from last week. Was that a week ago or was that 2 weeks ago?
I think it might've been 2 weeks.
Brain's a little bit, jumbled right now, with everything that's been going on, but he's been suffering from the curse of Danhausen, and that was something kind of in the moment, you kind of laughed at when it happened in the Raw, just because now a random celebrity got cursed, but it carried over into his streams on YouTube. It carried over, he had all these problems going on throughout the week. He almost got into an accident, things like that. So his stream was messing up. And so Speed is back at WWE this week looking for Danhausen. He's got to get the curse removed. And, Danhausen does his Danhausen thing. Hey, I need 10 million human dollars. I need your passwords, buddy. Like I need access to your money just to get you, what you need. And that led into a tag match. Well, Speed's involvement in a tag match later that night, after he talked to LA Knight, who was, on commentary. He's got that vision business he's got to deal with, and led to the Usos. But right before that segment ended, the Danhausen, so good at disappearing, doesn't disappear. Adam Pierce, Adam Pierce kind of makes, hey, are you supposed to be gone? And Danhausen just, you're right. And he never leaves. So and Danhausen, like, he's somebody I was very skeptical about on his way in.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna act like I'm the biggest follower of the things that he was doing, but I was scared that his character, just being a joke was maybe just not gonna get over with me. But and I will watch Raw with just regular friends that don't watch wrestling, and Danhausen has been one of my friend's favorite characters since he's appeared. Like, just the little "you are cursed" and that's enough to pop my buddy. And honestly, it's kind of a thing that's made me more of a fan, just knowing that, hey, like, regular people are going to enjoy his little antics. But that segment, kind of led into the tag team match. I don't know if you want me to recap that.
If you want.
Kind of led into that tag team match, the Vision versus the Usos. The Usos, to our surprise, and they got new music. It's no longer just me, Us. They finally got new music, which was kind of exciting. Still waiting for Jericho. LA Knight seems to create a bigger mess. Yeah, I mean, I need
Daniel Garcia is definitely, he's with me. We've been waiting for the Jericho reappearance.
I don't know when Jericho's gonna come. LA Knight, he's got to get it together. He keeps slipping around, doing crazy stuff week to week. He came out, for commentary. Speed's out there sitting next to Logan Paul's mom, which was very interesting. As soon as the Uso music hit, though, I will say I thought it was strange that their music was new, and I was like, I think they're losing tonight.
Yeah, you definitely said that in the chat. New music, they're losing.
And, Speed, he's there ringside of next to Logan Paul's mom. During the middle of a pretty good match between the Usos and the Vision, Logan Paul has to go get brass knuckles from his mother.
Yeah, his mom carries knucks.
Mom's very much a theme of the night. Just I don't know, if your mother raised you right, your mother raised you right. He tries to get the brass knuckles, and I don't know, Speed somehow ends up he gets pulled over the barricade.
He got drug in by Logan getting drug in.
LA Knight trying to beat him up, and Logan Paul just drags Speed in there. It was comical. I mean, Speed, like, that's a guy at the Royal Rumble. I watched him live, like, get split in half by Braun Breaker, and I never thought he would step foot around this company again. So
I was there too. Me and House both said that motherfucker ain't stepping in a ring again.
Entire segment, like, it's kind of mind blowing to me that he's doing the work. Honestly, he's coming in. He threw a accidental punch at LA Knight, clearly apologizing for it. Logan is tight with his mother. I mean, I hope so. Like I want these people to be cool with their moms. I mean, they definitely should be. I'm not buying that Jericho's returning anymore. Honestly, like, it's tough to. I mean, they kind of. I think if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a big reveal. They're gonna give us another countdown or something of that sort. I feel like one day.
Yeah,
I don't think he's kind of the type to just randomly pop up, or it's a countdown at a Rumble type of thing. Like, I feel like that's the type of surprise you get out of him.
I think he wants to finish his career there.
Yeah,
I think they want him. Yeah, I think they want him to finish it too. But I mean, he can't be doing Jericho cruises and shit like that unless it's in his contract. So it kind of makes sense. I don't know how much longer they're doing the Jericho cruise, but neither here nor there.
Man, so the Vision picks up the win off the accidental. Really, this I Show Speed stuff didn't cause the Usos to lose. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but he was just there when the Vision won and kind of caused enough ruckus to LA Knight, and they pulled him away. I liked the moment with Logan Paul taking him up the ramp. He's like, "Hey man, you got to stick with us, or those guys they're gonna kill you."
Yeah. He kept saying shit to him anytime they had the cameras on them.
You're gonna die. Logan Paul, like, for a guy who I hated him coming in just because of who he is a little bit. Like he's impressed me with his work in WWE very much, and
Oh yeah.
made me a fan a little bit. So,
Yeah. I
but
mean, honestly, I know a lot of fans were in agreement with you on that Logan Paul coming in, but really what he's done is just taken what he's already built as a character and added wrestling to it and
yeah,
matches. That's it. And it's quite entertaining. And I know, look, there has to be paths to redemption, or there's like then only bad reigns. So whatever works out with him and what got him in trouble, and the specific countries that he's not allowed to go into, those things, they can get resolved between them. What he's doing Monday nights, that's what I'm interested in. I don't go and check out his other shit. This is what I tune into. And what he's doing in a ring, masterful. It really is. It's almost like it's how much we've come to love Dom. I mean, honestly, when Dom came in, I was kind of on the fence because it's like, is this another kid coming in from a legend who's just gonna ride the coattails of being who their father is or things like that? And Dom has not been that one bit. He
no.
has been his own person. Yes, he may have ran storylines with family members, but that's going to happen when you're in that
His
world of
growth.
generational wrestling.
I mean, his growth. Like he came in the COVID era. Dom, like he was this chubby kid, and I wasn't too sure. Like he wasn't moving too smooth yet, but like obviously he was very, he's very new to what he was doing, trying to get comfortable in the business. But like his evolution, becoming this character that he is. Like I wouldn't have expected this confidence out of him that he exudes week to week.
Yeah,
Watching him back in the Thunderdome.
it's incredible to see, and I'm glad we got Dominic Mysterio in the WWE ring, and we got to hang out with him this weekend, so that was pretty cool too. Cosplay, it's a thing, and
Man,
you'll see it every time you go to an expo or convention.
there were
Um,
some great ones. I mean, we saw the
there really
Undertaker. I
was.
saw Rey Mysterio, Dom Mysterio. Obviously, I think they ran into each other at one point.
They did. They worked themselves out a little gimmick as they were doing shit. Yeah, it's getting really interesting with the Vision again. Um
Yeah, they've managed to turn it around. I mean, obviously, things were very. It'll obviously kind of put some spotlight back on them. Speed's involvement kind of gives them, I feel like, a little bit more popularity just because they lost that steam, losing Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and them not having whatever their mania moments were about to be for the fans. I mean, but this might get, oddly enough, more eyes on the Vision with the inclusion of iShow Speed. So this could weirdly. I mean, there's a lot of things. Another story later on that we'll talk about. There's some things that seemingly are going to happen with this Mania that are on the fly, but it might be really good stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Before we get there, um okay, let's talk about what has appeared to be the sore thumb of Monday Night Raw. We always talk about the good, got to talk about what the fans are viewing as maybe not so good. And that is the whatever build they were trying to do for the women's tag. I I like when they add multiple tag teams into these matches. I really do. But for some reason, whatever they were trying to do last night did not hit for me. I liked the match itself. The match was decent and it was good, and I could feel the build up to it. But it seemed like when outside interference got in there, and then all the tag teams were there, it just got into a jumbled mess, and that translated to me on a screen. Bryce, where were you at with this? Good, bad? Let us know, man.
I mean, I'm with you on. I like the match. I mean, up until the interferences. I mean, we we knew we were building to some sort of multi-team tag match. I mean, it was kind of obvious to me. But yeah, I mean, like you said, as soon as the interference kind of started, and it wasn't just you felt it at home. I mean, you could hear it from the crowd. They all kind of in unison kind of started booing about it because it was a good match that got ruined, and it just wasn't an enjoyable build to the result we knew we were going to get. Like,
Yeah.
so many ways, you could have just given it to us a little bit better. Like, you didn't need to just run an interference where all the four teams came out and it was some weird cluster. Like, something could have happened backstage if we were going to have a clusterfuck, in my opinion. Like, if you wanted to have everyone just get into it, they could have just started fighting backstage in the middle of, maybe the Irresistible Forces were having an interview and everyone's walking by and kind of taking offense to what they're saying or something, and then they just brawl. But, like, to kind of ruin one of your matches that you only put on so many matches a night, to ruin one of them that way, it hurts me.
Yeah. No, and I understand where they were going. They're trying to build this whole big moment for the women's tag division, and that's great. I'm glad they are, but again, hindsight's 2020, man, and something like a backstage, like, just picture Nia and Lash celebrating, walking backstage, and they get in front of whatever tag teams back there. Then that starts something, and like you said, it continues. You can go into, now you're in catering. There's another tag team there. Boom, now you're into with them. It would have read so much better on screen if they would have done it that way. But it is what it is. I still think the women's tag championship match, whether it be on, I think it's going to be at Mania, right? It's
Yeah,
got
I
to be.
believe so.
Like, they wouldn't do what they did last year and put one of the tag team titles on SmackDown, right?
Yeah, no, I think the women's tag is gonna. I think it's gonna be a Mania.
So I know it's going to be a good match there, but this left a lot of us wondering, what the fuck are you doing? Don't do it that way. There's ways to. And Charlotte, just heads up, you don't have to come out dressed like that to do something like that, because them high steppers you had, those got in your way, and it made it look really clunky as fuck watching you. You look like a giraffe in high heels, and ain't nobody ever seen that because it doesn't exist. Don't do that. Don't do that again. But moving forward, so we had a surprise. We had a big surprise. Not only was a man cleared medically, but upon his coming back and being cleared medically, he got a good shot in, and he was lining up for a better shot. And one big son of a bitch came out and stopped that. Gunther is back. Seth Rollins is back. Bryce, it looks like we're getting Gunther, Seth Rollins at Mania. Are you excited for this? Do you think this is where they're going? What's your thoughts on this one?
I mean, this is that other pivot I was talking about. This is where, all right, we gotta make something happen. I think obviously, Rollins had vision business. I think what they were doing with Gunther maybe was more retirement tours. I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to take Ray out, but I know Ray's hurt. And obviously Rollins' vision opponents are hurt. So
Yeah.
insert Gunther versus Rollins. I think they're going to deliver a classic match at Mania regardless. They're both really good at what they do. Um, do we need a story? Maybe not. And where the just random interference of earlier didn't hit, this is something that kind of did hit because the fans weren't, we weren't sure of what these guys were going to be doing in a couple weeks. I mean, Rollins kind of seemingly had a, direction dealing with Heyman in some sense, but Gunther's a guy we hadn't seen on TV in a couple weeks. He's a guy that people were getting mad because he did all these things, and then all of a sudden now he doesn't have a Mania opponent. They weren't really building anything anyway, so it's good to see both these guys are gonna have a match now against each other. It's gonna be a classic. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And let me ask you real quick before we move on from this. Um, okay, so we found that Gunther dropped an Easter egg on his social medias. He said, I believe it was moving forward, and then it was like a picture of him walking in the street. So we can definitely. I'm about 100% sure I can go with the Ray injury, keeping Ray out of Mania. So moving forward, he's going against Seth. Seth is fresh. Seth is back. He's obviously cleared. So I'm with you, dude. I don't need a story. I just need the match. Give me the match because these two are going to ad lib a story, and it might outrank a lot of the ones that you've been building to just on pure match alone. So I'm all for this, Bryce. I can't wait for it. I really hope this is the direction, which is, dude, I mean, unless they're really throwing us fucking curveballs at 90 miles per hour, this one is going to be epic. I can I tell you that I absolutely love when a big guy uses the sleeper to choke someone out.
Well, I mean, I think we don't have enough submissions.
I agree.
And I think it's nice when a guy is trying to put a guy to sleep. I mean, it's nice when a guy is trying to like. I want Penta to bring back that sacrifice thing he was doing back in Lucha Underground. He starts snapping arms. Like I want something with the just a little different to finish a match sometimes.
I agree with you. What's up, Glenn? How are you doing? Glad to see you here. Join us tomorrow. Glenn will be a guest on the ECW Watch Along with me and House. We will be diving into some rivalries.
Seth is fresh and ready to tap out like a.
And that's Glenn. Okay, we'll put him in the corner for a timeout, talking shit about our boy Seth Rollins. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match.
I'm excited to see a little bit of the promo battle. They only need a couple of weeks, but I think Gunther will be the ring general. He doesn't like Seth's flashiness. He doesn't like that stuff, and maybe that's all he needs to just not like a guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna find out how good both are at short storytelling, and I'm looking forward to it because I can almost assume these two are gonna knock it out of the park. All right, let's wrap up the Raw talk with the main event. Let's get into it. Okay. Let's hit real quick. So Penta
Ooh.
won, and Penta got to decide. What did Penta decide, Bryce?
And Penta is going to put that IC title in a ladder match. And revealed on the show in that ladder match, Javon Evans, Rusev, Dragon Lee, and JD McDonough, they're all going to be in that match. Like, it's going to be a banger. Like, you got a couple guys, at least 3 guys that I don't know what kind of crazy spot they're going to get into. Javon Evans, he's going to jump off the top of the ladder and cutter someone. Dragon Lee, that guy, he can. And then JD McDonough, like, unfortunately, he's probably going to be a victim of something going through a ladder, but that guy is going to go do something insane. So, I mean, that car crash is one I'll be just waiting for.
Yes. And I know here at IYH, we've been yelling for a multi-man, multi-woman match for Mania. It sounds like we're getting it, and it sounds like it's going to be IC title related. And in this world, the IC title is something we love, and even our fans love it. Check out our social medias from this weekend. We had one of the best blind rankings of the whole weekend. This young man was able to get an entire room of people to pay attention to what the fuck he was talking about, and what he was talking about was his pure love of wrestling and what makes wrestling great and how much more he wants. And it was all related around his IC title ranking. And Bryce, that young man,
One of my favorite clips. I mean,
dude.
I was watching it earlier today. I mean, it's something that kind of gets the juices flowing a little bit. Got me excited about the show tonight. Just knowing that he kind of found a little bit of a home. I hope with us a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
and just to be able to share that passion with him, it was awesome.
Yes, Jonathan J. King, we salute you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for just jumping on IYH and being you, man. Because you're the type of fan that we love to entertain. So if this comes across your ears, man, just know you got some fans in me and Bryce. We absolutely adore you, man. So
Oh,
we had it.
before the main event,
Go ahead.
I'll just want to quick hit these two segments. We had Liv Morgan, Stephanie Becaire segment.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes.
A wild little promo battle. Liv Morgan, she comes out of New York, kind of starts talking her shit. She's the best Royal Rumble winner of all time. Like but then she's like, hey, that's as cute as I'm gonna get tonight, because Stephanie Becaire, you're done for, bitch. Like that's start clocking tea out there. She wanted to start clocking tea. Hey, you want to attack my family? Attack my daddy Dom. She told Stephanie she ain't got no family. She told Stephanie that, like, hey man, my mom taught me how to be. Your mom, she said it in Spanish, but she called her mom trash, bitch. Like she said, like Stephanie Becaire came out. At first, I was like, why is she not running out to the ring? She just said, but that was that I'm so mad at you strut that like I'm calmly about to murder you. And so that segment obviously led to our tiny chief coming back out, saving Liv, the Oblivion onto the chair. Olajuwon is in the chat talking his trash to my tag team partner. He's gonna get destroyed one day. But I just thought 30-year-old talking about clocking tea. Yeah, she was clocking tea. She came out and then she kind of backed it up with her family. And I'm kind of hoping Stephanie Becaire gets some family on the way to WrestleMania. She needs something if she's going to win this match against Liv. And then the other big thing that kind of went on before we get to the main event, before Heyman kind of, had to get beat up by Seth Rollins, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar face to face again. I just love the story that kind of going on with Brock a little bit is like all these people seem to be going crazy on this road to WrestleMania. And Brock, it's like this week he was in his gear. Like no more excuses, right? No more I was in street clothes. I wasn't ready. Like I'm ready. Come out and fight me. Then they never fight. But I love this, like, I don't know. Does Brock keep coming out with like, fuck that excuse? I'm ready now. But then he keeps getting beat up, and then now like he's gotta like go the extra edge at Mania or something to beat this guy because it's popped me. I don't know if it's something that anyone even thought about in the moment. It was just like Brock's kind of like, oh, I wasn't ready that week. Like, you caught me off guard. Like,
yeah. Well, he let Triple H, somebody he's fucking destroyed multiple times, separate them. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, it's like he's like, if I'm in my gear, people across from me piss down their leg. And then it was like, well, I don't think he is.
No, Oba was not.
So those two segments, I love the intensity. I love how crazy everyone is kind of just going on this road to WrestleMania. Like, somebody might die.
Yeah, dude, there's so many gears being shifted. And that IC ladder match added on.
It's just like
Like,
A car crash with no reason, and everyone else has a reason.
dude, all I can think of is JD and just whatever the fuck they're gonna throw him through. Like, that's just, I mean, and I love JD. I think he's a great talent, but in that match, they're just, hey guys, so we got a JD spot, right? Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, we're working on it, boss. Don't you worry about it. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Just just an
Go ahead.
insane Raw. I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of stories being pushed. I mean, we're about to get into the biggest one, but it's
Yeah,
insane.
there
Honestly.
there are a lot of, and I think House hit a comment here. Uh, you had to make a lot of last minute changes to Mania, and last minute ads, so it has to lead to some big stories after Mania, and that goes into what OG Tony was saying with he thinks that things are going to be a little different this year, and Mania is going to start some new stories
Oh,
as
definitely.
opposed to closing chapters. And I can definitely see that for this year. Speaking of that, big book being wrote, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. If this match alone is only 2 minutes, I think I'm going to be okay with that because of the storytelling. These motherfuckers are just ripping each other apart, going at it. Bryce, tell me your thoughts on this. The ending spot in
Yeah,
Raw
it wasn't
with
even a
these two.
promo this week.
Yeah,
I mean, after a couple of weeks of just like, I don't like you. You're old. You're my young boy. I don't like your family. It just, hey, let's just get to it. You know, CM Punk just came out. I mean, Roman came out to the ring, acknowledged me. You know, that's what he told him to do. And not even 4 minutes later, he was going through a table. And, and there was no words. CM Punk came right down. He was wrapping his fists up. He was ready for a fight. I also love that touch of like, I need to get myself together. Like, I'm
yeah,
not ready. I'm on the way. I'm about to whoop your ass in the ring. He comes out. He gets straight to it. So we didn't get any promo this week, which we didn't need it. This story doesn't.
no,
The Zebros are not Zebros anymore. They're just, hey, it's on site, and I love that. Punk, you know, they he hits him with a power bomb through the table, and I was honestly super surprised because I
I
didn't
was
realize
too.
old man got that strength. You know, he's
He
got that
did
dad
too, and
strength.
he walked it. He
Walked it,
walked it.
walked it, and then they proceeds to just like make a mockery of Roman to the crowd. And my favorite part of that was as he's kind of sitting there, he starts singing. He's singing the chant to Roman, Roman, Roman Reigns, and he's just throwing fists into his skull. And I was kind of upset. The only thing I was upset about in that was like he didn't like beat him to this bloody mess to end Raw, but like the way he's just like, this is the guy that needs help.
Yeah,
I don't need help. This guy needs his cousin. This guy needs his family. But it was just a wonderful segment. I love
yeah.
how both guys are just literally going insane, and it's
There,
it's led to this. This is
I
chaos.
Yeah, it is. It really is. This definitely takes away what the naysayers were saying when Roman won the Rumble. Like, I understand now. If you're giving me this level, I understand why you did it. And I applaud you because Roman Roman has always looked dominant, much like Brock, for so many years going up against opponents at Mania. And just on stat sheets alone, he should look more dominant than CM Punk. But at the end of last night, he did not.
And both of them, like, I feel like at most we get someone who maybe looks equal in a sense, not
Yeah.
someone who's like completely flustered your entire persona, your entire being. Like,
Yeah. No, I got it's like a wall. Like Roman's hitting almost like his first wall.
yeah,
And CM Punk, Roman still has that edge to where That spear can be hit out of nowhere. The Superman punch, we've seen it take many, many guys out, and it gets hit out of nowhere. Randy Orton himself is the one who showed us the out of nowhere move. It can win you titles. And right now, I the only thing I worry, the way they're leaning into Punk and his desire to just get out there and whoop Roman's ass is going to lead Punk into traps, because he's going to be blind with his fury going after Roman. And we all know Roman. We know Roman's family. There are many traps to be set on the way to Mania and at Mania itself. So, Bryce, real quick, before we wrap up the Raw, first, where are you the most excited for this title match with Roman and Punk? And can you give me a rate from 1 to 10 on this Raw?
Shoot, with Roman and Punk, I mean, I'm excited. I was excited with them the moment, honestly, the moment Roman won the Rumble.
Really?
If you check it's like you start looking for things because they like to tell these stories. They like to kind of subtly do things, and it's the callbacks. And the first thing I seen after the Rumble win was on the Instagram was they pinned a specific video, and it was back to War Games when he sticks his arm out, and it was like, wait a minute, all of a sudden this video is pinned, and it's like, oh, you like this is what you want, like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like this subtle thing of like, oh, I just happened to click on it, and you see it, and you're like, you're building some movie out of this one moment,
Yeah.
and like where everyone kind of like, oh, it's Roman again, and then you kind of like start peeling back. You're like, oh, you're right, and it's not just Roman again. It's Roman's gonna do this. Punk and this story is about to be insane. It's gonna be super personal. It's gonna give you that feel of like it's not just big fight feel. This is big fight. I want to I want to fight you feel. Like,
Yup.
it's starting to feel. I like that. So
I do too.
I love that. Raw in general, I'm gonna give this week's Raw a set out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Raw was a 7.5 for me. Like I don't want to give it a square number. It wasn't the greatest Raw of all time. A lot of stories got pushed. There were some moments that definitely popped me. Obviously, the Danhausen stuff, Obafemi tossing a guy. But it also had its lows at moments. We talked about with the women's tag. And just, some things like I like the IC title match, but I feel like the way they revealed the opponents could have been, I don't know. I just wanted a little bit more out of certain things. Like I don't like that Finn and Dominic will be fighting at Mania. Awesome, but like it was just a quick promo video that kind of ran for a minute, and they're like, "This is happening." So
Yeah.
just wanted a little bit more to send those stories to WrestleMania for all those characters. I guess that's the only thing that brought things down for me, though.
Hey man, that's not a bad take though, and that's not a bad grade. I'm a story whore. I love a good story, and this Raw pushed a lot of good stories. I'm gonna give it an 8. Put it out there. Just give them a nice 8. Um, I same with me, man. Some of the things, the reveals, the awkwardness of the women's tag setup, that's what drew it back. But it had potential to be a 9. If they would have ran some of those things back like we talked about, I could easily be talking 9, 9.5.
Oh, yeah.
But still a fun Raw. I enjoyed it. The Raw that we want a few weeks out from Mania. And this lets us know they're going to push the gas even more. So next week is going to be, SmackDown's going to be wild. So I can't wait for Raw. But now we come to the time where we talk about it, guys. So, me, the In Your House crew, Emerge Wrestling, we took on an endeavor of going to the Squared Circle Expo. Yes, there's the vendor pass. Man, that thing was so valuable. You guys don't even know. but we took on this task, and we actually got it accomplished. We grabbed the goal by the horns, and we actually went out there and did our thing. You guys heard me talk about how I called Bryce the rookie of the year, but like to go into that, like the dude was moving, like he didn't stop. It wasn't he like he was interested in getting content or like just getting contacts. And the contacts you got, you hung out with Enzo. You were, I mean, you were Enzo's go-to guy. uh Sammy Guevara, like he was talking to you like you guys were best friends, and he even said like, yeah, we go way back from like 30 minutes ago. Like it's you know, it was moments like that. But they've heard me talk about my squared circle experience. Bryce, go ahead, take it away. Give the
Oh man,
fans what your experience was like.
the Squared Circle Expo. I mean, it was a vibe. I mean, from the start to finish of when I got to be there, got to meet so many cool people. Like you said, I mean, I got to talk to Real One Enzo Amore. That just kind of started. I was wearing a Rodman shirt. Rodman was there Friday, so I kind of did it to fit a theme. I wasn't even getting a picture with the guy, but
Yeah.
he just liked my shirt, and next thing I know, we're chopping it up, and one thing led to another. We're vibing outside and stuff like that, and it was like that a little bit everywhere. It felt like I was just, it was natural love. Like I wasn't trying to really approach somebody about a picture or autograph. I wasn't really there for that. Obviously, we were there for work. I'm there to be a fan, but also like I just want to vibe. I want to be cool with people, and I feel like a lot of them like maybe caught that from me in a sense
Yeah.
because, like you said, like I was talking to Sammy, and that just started from passing him by a couple times. I was fist bumping. I tried to fist bump every bit of talent that I kind of walked by or passed by. So it kind of led to, me telling Karrion Cross, bless you when he sneezed, me telling Shayna Baszler, hey, like, they don't got your freaking stew today. Chatted up with Buff Bagwell for a minute. Carlito, we have a picture from like 10 years ago. I showed him. Sidney Akeem, he was nice enough to do a quick shout out for us. But I got to chat with him for a little bit. Isla Dawn, same thing. She did a quick shout out for Max Caster, who he talked to my tag team partner. But I got to chat with him for a little bit just to kind of, just trying to make friends, make connections. Matt Riddle too, who you guys obviously were doing interviews with, but like for me, like some of it, like yeah, it's easy to like want to be there, want to like, hey man, like you want to answer a question, you want to do this or that, and like I'd asked Sammy Guevara a question that wasn't for the cameras or anything like that, but for me, like it's like being at a concert. Like as much as I know I'm there to help you guys get the content, like I'm such a hey man, put the phone down. Let's enjoy the concert. Let's all just
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah, yeah.
Like, let's just get like. But I know that's what we're also there for. Is like, hey, we got to get that going. So a lot of what I was doing was I was just trying to work the rooms, try to see who needed, who needed the vibes from us, and who kind of would mesh with us well. And that also led to some other great content. I know we posted
Yeah.
a video today with JCW's Black Dahlia. I had to help her find her car by the end of the show. I took a picture of Medusa, Stevie Ray,
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Jim Duggan, like Diana Smith. Like they were all in this picture. Like they were about to take a selfie. I'm walking by. I'm like, guys, I got you. Like it was just little things like that where like I don't know. It just made the weekend special because
No, it did.
the talent, like their talent, they are famous people, but like treating them like they're normal people, I think is like even more important to them kind of than some of the other stuff. But and then honestly, even bigger than all that to me from this weekend, there was a moment where me, House and Hype, we took a picture with a fan that like, I mean, he's got his own circumstances. He's a disabled fan, but like we got to take a picture with him, chat with him and his dad, and like he's been a fan of us for a while. Well, I would say more you guys. I'm more new to the group, but just that moment of kind of knowing that we can be that light in somebody's day, and people actually, they're tuned in, and we can really help their experience. And I don't know, that was really the most, it stuck to me the most, more than like getting a chat with, a wrestler or anything like that, is knowing that like there's somebody whose day that like we can really make a difference in. And I don't know, it just kind of made me really happy today thinking about
No,
that.
dude, that's it, man. That's where I'm at too. Those are the times that I get like real stoked about what we do, because like when we gave Jonathan his moment to shine, man, like that dude, I guarantee he rode that cloud all the way home, man. Like that was the chance he got to be a part of the Squared Circle Expo. And we were there able to give him that voice, that platform to be able to do that. And like you said, that picture you guys took, those are the moments that make this, all the hours we put into it, all the editing, all that stuff, make it worth it. It really does. Seeing the way you move, it works for this team, because you're the vibe that we want to project, but you're also the one we can put out there, you and Zay, that project that and go out there and talk to these guys. Because yes, do we want to get the content? Of course we do. But at the end of the day, like, House has Matt Riddle's personal phone number. He's he just said, hit me up,
Yeah.
whenever. Dude, I get, like I told you, man, Enzo, anytime he comes back to Indy, he's going to think about you, man.
Oh
He's
yeah.
going to think about you, because you leave you guys, the young crew that we have in IYH, they have that young spark. You and Zay have that young spark, that desire, that fandom that we had before we got into it. We still have it, but you guys have it on your face when, just the way Sammy fucking smiled at you, dude, was like, that was like that older brother from college as starting shit with somebody, like trying to fuck with mom and shit, and it was really cool, because from that moment, when I went to a bathroom on the way there, I ran past Sammy, his wife, and his daughter, and Sammy looked at me and just smiled, and I had heard him have a normal conversation with his wife about something at their house,
Yeah.
like he had to take care of. So it was like, I just heard Sammy Cabarro have like a conversation I'd have with my wife.
I seen Karrion Kross kneel down behind his table, like smashing some eggs at one point. It's like so funny that, like, I don't know, just these weird things where it's like, it's not weird, but it's like, I'm hungry too type of thing. Like, I gotta get it where I can get it.
Exactly, dude. And you really do treat everybody that you meet like you would treat somebody that was in your family.
Yeah.
Like, you have this weird, it's not weird, but a unique honesty about you and the way you present yourself. And I think that works so well with these talents, because they pick up on energy. That's their job. They have to read an entire arena full of people. And then for a young cat to just pop up and be like, hey, yo, I'll take your picture. Like, there might be 1,000 people walking by you, but I'll be the one to do that. No worries.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, somebody got to step up, Dude, like, I don't know. Like,
okay, we got to wrap this up with one final story. The story that we have held back on all appearances since the expo, and that is the Lost Voice story. So, fans, on Saturday, we had a slight issue with the passes. So, like anybody, you have to kind of switch them off, and it worked until it didn't.
No diss to anybody though. By
No,
the way,
no,
I don't
no,
want to make
no,
it
no,
sound
no,
like
no,
this
no,
is
no, no.
an angry
Yeah.
rant.
No, this is not.
Just unfortunate circumstance.
This is an unfortunate circumstance that was saved by Enzo. So I go out to partake in things that the voice is old enough to do, and we all rode in a van together, and I went out to
Call
Jones's,
it the mystery machine.
The mystery machine. I went out to the mystery machine owned by Jones, and I did my thing. well, it was time for me to go back in, do some more work for IYH. So I walk to the vendor door where all vendors have been going in and out and talent all day long. And there's this elderly gentleman who was working security, doing a fine job, because he stopped me because I forgot. An hour before this, I handed my pass to Jones so he could do the same thing I just got done doing. And I forgot to ask for it back. And I didn't have a bracelet. So the security guard told me, "You're not getting in." And I, being the smartass I am, giggled and said, "I'm just a phone call away. I'm getting in." Go to reach into my pocket. No phone there. Well, guess what? All the other pockets do not contain a phone. I left my phone on the fucking table at the convention. So I go back to the van, sit there for about 15 more minutes, try again, thinking this old man has moved on past this door. Nope. So thank you, Carrying Cross, for having such a large line. And Big Show, you were great working in this one too, because he fucking stopped me for a second time. So now at this point, I'm a 90s kid stuck at Walmart, don't know where my parents are. What do? I go to the van. I'm sitting there for a good 30 minutes, maybe after this. And who comes to the van but young boy Bryce?
So from my side,
Pick it up.
So this is where the camera shifts. You know, we get a motion back over to my part of the timeline. I'm walking through the expo as I kind of described to my team members. I'm a bit of a shark. If I was an animal, sharks cannot stop moving or they die, basically. So I'm the hardest person to track at times, where I'm just taking laps. I can't stop taking laps. I want to just see what's going on at all times, and I'm just going. So I walk by. This is Saturday, so I've already interacted with Enzo day one. Bada boom, realest guy in the room, needed something day one. We got him something day one. Day two, walking back by. I've kind of been away from the group for a little bit. They've kind of been filming interviews, doing kind of a bunch of stuff near the table. So I'm just kind of going to see where maybe I can connect and kind of start some other stuff. I think some of the most humanizing moments there was really just seeing how they react to the fans. Now, definitely seeing how they reacted to the fans was dope. I mean, just seeing how they treated everyone for the most part was like, they. I couldn't imagine doing that for hours on end. But so I'm back in the Squared Circle Expo. I'm over in the area where Boogeyman is and Enzo is. Kind of looking at some toys, and I just kind of hear out of the corner, like, how you doing? Like, he kind of gives me one of those. I don't remember. It was more like he just kind of hit me with like a hey kid. But I'm gonna play it up just because I gotta do it for the story. But he's like, oh, what do we got over here? A couple of smokers. So Enzo, he's like, hey man, like, can you help me out? Like, what's up? I'm like, yeah, man, I got you. Like, let me go get the keys to the mystery machine. I can get us right. He's like, yeah, cool. I'll meet you outside. We'll hang out. So I'm like, all right, gotta go find these keys. So I go find Hype. Hey, Hype, where's the keys? He's reaching around. He doesn't have. I think Voice has them. Well, where's Voice? Oh, I haven't seen Voice in a long time. That's the response I gotta get from everyone. So I'm like, he's got the key and he's not here. So after I kind of walked for a second, I'm like, I just went to the van on a whim. I tried to call Voice's phone 2 or 3 times. No answer. I'm thinking this guy is somewhere and he's too cool for us. He just doesn't want to share.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want to let me have my fun. Enzo's going to be so disappointed. And so I go out to the van and I find the Voice. Very angry, very upset. So upset that I feel like I told him exactly what was going on and it just did not faze him in the slightest. He was just so angry about everything in the moment.
I was so angry about that guy doing his job so well. I mean, it was, because I knew I was missing out, and I was missing out. Tell him what you heard while you reconvened with Enzo. Because this to me is the highlight. This made it all worth it.
I mean, my guy was. I mean, I will say also off to the side, I did see Mr. Matt Riddle, who I did have a conversation. I was supposed to meet up with him too, but we kind of never ended up connecting. But man, my man Enzo, he was bumping some music. What you mean? He was bumping some tunes. I mean, he might have been listening to the real one himself, which was
that is so Enzo.
It's the most Enzo thing. Like, that is no knock against you, my brother. Like,
no,
that
please
is
don't take that way.
And like, it was kind of funny because it kind of made me go listen to you later on.
Dude,
I was like, why am I not bumping this too? Like, so I listened to a couple tracks later on in my own set.
Dude, it's such a weird world that wrestling brings us to. Dude, it was a blast. Yeah.
Insane. Oh, and then the most my non-wrestling related shout from a talent. I'm walking by, I have a Raiders sweatshirt on. JoJo Offerman, Raiders. It was like, oh shoot. Like it was like I just weird things like that were just happening all weekend. But it was like, man, it was like, I'm popping for this because this has nothing to do with anything going on here.
Dude, I absolutely love it. And yes, moral of the story is Enzo will save your life. Become friends with Enzo if you see him at an expo or convention. You'll have a good story to tell afterwards. All right, Bryce, we had a great time. This was fun. I always enjoy when you join me here on the Monday show or Tuesday show for the Monday Night Raw review. It's always a good time. This weekend was a great time. We really got to like hang out and become more of a tight knit unit just by hanging out after the expo. There was a lot of wrestling being watched, a lot of fun just being had, a lot of good food, man. A lot of that food
wings, really good wings.
Those wings were good. Those breadsticks, those nacho breadsticks were so amazing. I wish I had like 10 more plates of that, but I didn't, and I would have been a really fat man if I would have done that. Bryce, let them know what you got going on, if anything, or if you got anybody you want to shout out, let them hear it.
Man, brother, I'm in your house. You can catch me, hanging out around the page on Facebook. I might be licking some windows every once in a while on Tuesdays. You might catch me in a little Sunday house party. Like, it just depends on, what my schedule's looking like and what the vibe is feeling. But, you can catch me any of those places. I'm on Facebook if you're looking for me. Wrestlers are finding me. I might be adding some of them as friends on Facebook. I don't know. We're getting close out here. My tag partner, he's got about 2 years before a list of me, Lord Crew, and several other professional wrestlers will be in a lumberjack match against him. We will be in a lumberjack match, and yeah, that'll be it. It'll be I don't even know. It'll be a career match. His career will be on the line. We're just gonna get it over with.
Oh, that kid. Him and Lord Crew should have their own sitcom together. I would watch it every week. It's funny to watch those two interact with each other, like 100%. I love it. He told that motherfucker he had a concave chest when he puffed it out. I was like, what? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But yeah, great time. Go check out. We're dropping content like crazy. You'll catch more. The Riddle interview will be dropping any day now, so be on the lookout for that. There's a great Easter egg in there. If you know friends of ours, the badass construction worker, you got a message from Matt Riddle, so be on the lookout for that. Outside of that, though, fans, if you're interested, tomorrow night, me and House, we do a thing called the ECW Watch Along. That's where we watch, well, guess what? EC fucking W. And it's a great time. It's a great time to be an ECW fan and looking at all the things happening right now. Sandman is entering his final match of his career coming up at, I believe, the Joey Janelli spring break I think that's where it's taking place at this year. So be on the lookout for that. But we're in the rivalry series, and it's going to be a good one. But you need to tune in. That is 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. It's a fun time. Thursday is the AEW Dynamite. Yeah, it's a fun time. That's where we recap AEW Dynamite. Me, House, and OG Tony, we kick it and we talk AEW Dynamite. It's a fun time, a great time, and sometimes it's a sad time. Depends on what AEW decides to provide us with that week. It can be a good or sad time. So be on the lookout for that. And then there's always the Sunday house party. That's a great time too. You got to be there for all the chaos that can happen under one household. There's so many great talents on this roster that when any of us pop up and we're all together on a Sunday house party, even if we have a guest, the guests usually, when they leave here, they tell us how much fun they had. So it's a fun time. It's usually around 1 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. And then this show, Tuesdays, 6 p.m., it's the Raw Review Show with me and my co-host, Kevin Kalloway, and our sometimes young boy, Bryce York, who's doing some amazing work. Share all the stuff that's going out on our Facebook page, social medias, things like that, because you never know. It might be Bryce that you're out there boosting up and letting people know you like his shit. Who doesn't? We know Zay loves it. Zay is just a great little guy. What's this on? Steph back on WWE. Yeah, it was a little shot, Tommy. We covered that at the beginning. Go back and check it out, or stop in next week and we'll probably talk about it again with Kevin Calloway. I know how he loves to what he misses. He loves to bring up, and we love him for it. So Bryce, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get the fuck out of here and enjoy the rest of our night. Fans, thank you so much for being a part of it, and we will catch you on the next one.